Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 19. Today we're going to kick it off with a quick update on our cars from Washington. I heard you guys have some big news regarding your Subaru.
You mean not Washington, but Vermont?
Fuck me.
Oh.
Cut it. We'll do it again.
No, let it roll. It's funny.
I earned that. God damn.
Yeah, so Nick graciously let me buy him out of his half of the Subi. So now I have a shit box that I have to pour money into to get fixed.
Again, put the title in your name.
I'm literally
before you
going
do
tomorrow.
That's why we did that.
I'm going to stop tomorrow after work and go to DMV and get plates.
Well, good. That's a perfect segue into what I'm here to talk about.
Oh, what are you here to talk
So
about?
I went to the DMV this week.
Uh-oh.
On Tuesday, I went up to the DMV, get a number, because there's people in there. I'm number 15.
It's not that bad.
They're on number 4.
How many people were working?
There was one person behind the counter.
Because when I went last week to renew my license, there was 3 people working, but one was doing driving tests.
There were 2 people working, and one was doing driving tests.
Oh, big oof.
So I stood there for 25 minutes, and they were working on number 9. And I'm just like, yeah, I have to go, because I'm not going to waste my whole lunch. Well, I wasted my whole lunch hour. And I'm like, I'm not going to take off work another hour to stand here. So I left, went, then this would be yesterday, Wednesday, I went back. This is when it gets interesting. So,
Oh, Lord.
I go to the counter, whatever, talk to the lady there, and she's like, this title is for dealers, not for owners. Like, did you buy this from a dealer? And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, it was some guy in a trailer park. And she's like, I can't do anything with this. I'm like, what do you like, okay, like we can work with this. Like, give me like, what do I do here?
What are the next steps here?
Yeah. She's
I'm assuming it was purchased at a dealership and it was just never put into someone's name to have an actual person's title. It just stayed as a dealership. I'm pretty sure it went to the auction after that.
from the way they made it sound is whoever, like an owner should have never got this style of title. That's why it had the multiple slots on the back to fill out for transfers. This is like the OG style title where it's like, it hasn't been assigned to a person with this style of title.
Weird.
That's why it's a certificate of title
Yeah.
instead of the actual title.
Cool.
So that was great. And she's like, well, if you have a bill of sale, that can help. I'm like, well, yeah, I've got one. It's right here. Like, let me grab it.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, okay. This still seems weird. I'm like,
Lady, I gave you what you want.
I'm like, you asked me for a bill of sale. I pulled it out immediately, handed it to you. And she's like, I
well,
don't
now
know.
that you called me on my bluff.
Yeah, now that you've got it, this doesn't help at all. So I'm like, oh, well, fuck. Like, that doesn't help me at all in this situation because I'm standing here with my pants down waiting for something to help me. And she's like, so you'll have to go to a remitter.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
So a title remitter, it is a service that exists, but basically you give all your paperwork to this guy and he will attempt to contact the previous owner to prove that they sold it.
Okay. So basically, it's the service that the DMV should do, is what you're saying.
Yes, but no.
There are legality loopholes and stuff in it, and the DMV works in a very black and white manner.
Yes.
It is either perfect or they completely block it out.
Yes.
Like,
You can or can't.
Yeah, this birth certificate's a copy. You're like, yeah, but it's the copy of it. I'm like, doesn't count. Where's your Declaration of Independence, please?
Yeah.
Who am I,
like
Nicolas
that.
fucking Cage?
Yeah, no shit. So they're like, we work on a very black and white area basis. Remitters kind of can work in that gray area and make things happen. So I'm like, well, fucking great. So now I have to, at some point, go find one of the, they had a list with 3 of them on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like,
Where were they located?
are they businesses or just people, like a notary?
Well, it is you have to have a license to be it. So I guess you could call it a business. One, I'm pretty sure, is a guy at his house.
Sick.
The other one's Happy's. And the other one is the currency exchange in Ottawa.
Yes.
The lady at the counter is like, don't use Happy's. Like,
fair.
I'm like,
I've been there like 3 times for vehicle titles. It's never that
yeah.
smooth.
She's like, we see a lot of their paperwork come back wrong, especially for stuff like this. And I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. The currency exchange I have heard good things about going to. So.
I've heard good and bad. So neither one's really been like a, winning end for me.
Yeah.
The other one's just some guy in LaSalle. it's just his name.
Sick.
He's like available like Monday 3 to 6 and all day Tuesday. And I'm like, the fuck does all
That's
day
so
Tuesday?
specific.
Yeah, I'm like,
Sure.
Dude's just bored at
I'm like,
home.
so Monday I'm gonna call and be like, hey, what does all day Tuesday mean? Can I show up at like 6:30 so I don't have to take
Yeah,
time
right.
off work?
Yeah.
Like, well, all day.
Well, all
means-
day business out. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
business
all day
hours,
means till
9 to
5.
5.
Like,
Yeah.
Then put that. I don't like you don't put all day if you're not ready.
And
to
that's
spend
on the
all
sheet
day.
that the DMV gave you.
Oh,
Says
yeah.
all day.
Yeah, it's
Christ.
it's literally just a white piece of paper with 3 names printed on it.
Man,
and
really
it
makes you
says
miss
all
the
day.
fucking Vermont DMV.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm here to get this. Oh, okay, here you go. Here's your stuff.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
I mean,
Fantastic experience.
Yeah.
I almost wish I would have went to your DMV because they would have informed me that this title is not the right
Probably.
one.
Probably.
Now, would that have screwed me? Probably,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, you just would
guy-
have to deal with this in Vermont rather than
Yeah.
here. So
the guy at my DMV didn't care. He's just like, he didn't even look at the title, didn't look at the bill of sale. He's just like,
he's like, "Oh, you're gonna make this a problem somewhere else? Perfect. Bye."
Well, it was like 4:05 and they closed
Yeah.
at 4. So
Yeah.
he's like,
Oh.
you've got the right permit and it's filled out. Good enough. Like, I don't
Sick.
care.
Yeah.
Sure.
And it was a Friday too. They probably wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
fucking go
it was a
home.
Friday
Yeah.
after, because at 4 o'clock they closed the doors, so no one knew could come in, and they just worked through whoever was left on the inside.
Yeah.
So they were just dealing with my fucking ass waiting there for them. So they're like, he filled the paperwork out somewhat right, good enough. Get him out of here.
Perfect.
So now I have to hunt down one of these guys in the middle of the week, and basically they're gonna contact the previous owner, and as long as they acknowledge that they sold it,
Well,
should-
which one? Because there's like 4.
the most recent one on the title, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
not the guy we bought it from. It's some guy named like Sam.
Oh, sick.
So
Shout out Sam.
Sam might work at a dealership and be like, "Yep,
Yeah.
we sold this car to this fucking random guy,"
Mm-hmm.
and then that'll create another paperwork loophole nightmare there. And
Sick.
Christ.
they might just have to acknowledge, "Yes, I sold it," and that's
Yeah.
It depends how deep into it.
Well, and
the
it might
remitter.
just be a release.
That's what I'm assuming. Is it's I released this car. I do
Yes.
not own it. Anything after me doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
I sold it, got my money, paid my taxes.
Yeah. I mean, you
that's-
have a bill of sale, so
Paid
like,
the taxes.
That's really that's what it's about. Is dealers don't pay taxes transferring cars to each other
Oh,
because
yeah, no.
they're not selling them. It's not a sales tax. That's why this style of title isn't legally binding for me, because buying it from a dealer you have to pay sales tax,
Yeah.
which will then change the title too. By having the dealer title, it shows me that they didn't pay sales tax when they got this.
Mm.
So it makes it a really like it's like-
bullshit.
I'm like, well, I'm gonna pay sales tax here. Can we just like? And she's like, no. I'm like, shit. I'm like, can I pay their sales tax on it? Yeah. I'm like, nah, no. So now I have to deal with all this.
Sick.
Ooh.
So
Luckily, it's not your only vehicle.
Oh yeah,
so-
no.
Yeah.
But this is why I was so very specific. Like, hey, register your fucking car as soon as you have time. That's
Yeah.
why I made that point, because shit like this does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
No,
it
I'm-
happened to yours too.
I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ours is a regular title.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I did something like license-ish adjacent, I guess.
That's a very gray area if I've
Yeah.
ever heard it. Good lord.
Well, so I just looked at it in my pictures to see when I actually got it. I've had my CDL for 4 years now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got it in December of 2019.
That's a long time ago.
I've never had a DOT physical like card
Yeah.
to legally be able to drive
your
a
medical
semi,
card, yeah.
Yeah.
until today.
Nice.
So I did that this morning. Yeah, because
Might as well.
well, no, another segue or a perfect segue is I am going to be helping a local farmer, and so I did that on Sunday. I met up with him. Monday, I actually went out and was in the auger cart. Just learned what to do when you get to the grain elevator. Basic controls of all the stuff. Kind of figure out. We talked more about hauling compost to the mushroom factory over by Lad.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
It sounds like there's work all throughout the winter, so me being on the out of work list, like waiting for a
Yeah.
union
Give
job
that
is
guy
not
a
that
hand.
big of a deal.
That would be
So yeah, so I'll be doing that for cash money, and
Ooh,
And cash.
yeah,
cash money.
so not too shabby. But yeah, I did that on Monday. And then at 2:30 on Monday, I got a call for work through the union
As
at
soon
about
as-
2:30.
as soon as someone contacts
As
you
as
for
soon
a
as
job.
I'm like, oh, like I finally have a way to make money. I'm not gonna be stressed. No, we're good. yeah, I get a call. I'm like, all right, cool. So Tuesday, I went to Dwight, which is like an hour. It's basically south of Morris, about an hour drive. I went basically straight east of Streeter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, way out in the boonies. Went over there. I dug a trench with a mini excavator for a new gas line. They're building like this whole new building on the site. I had to dig over top of 2 live power, like full power to the entire school lines that
Right.
were underground.
Some nasty like 443.
Oh
phase or
yeah,
something.
they
2
like
of them about
big
4
fuckers?
inches thick round. Yeah, I had to dig on top of that. Then they shoveled like there.
Was Julie accurate at least?
No,
They
they were
never-
about 3 feet off.
They're never accurate.
This is my first. By the way, this is my first time digging around utilities with an excavator. So I'm like, shit. Haven't ran an excavator in like since January, February, maybe. Yeah, first time ever digging around utilities. First time I'm working for this contractor. I'm like, oh fuck me, like this sucks a lot. Dig all the way through where they had cut they cut a trench out of the concrete, and we just dug the dirt to get to lay our gas pipe under there.
Right.
The parking lot ended, and then it was just grass with 1 tree, and then it kind of went on like a 45 over to the new building. It's probably 120 feet long total,
That's not that
but it's also a bucket about the size of
Yeah.
a 5-gallon bucket because it's a mini excavator.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a while. The first day I basically dug the trench. When I got to the tree, the mini excavator was so weak it could not go through all the roots and shit.
Roots.
I was digging
buddy.
about 3 foot deep or so.
Wow.
But yeah, it was such a piece of shit. And it was a brand new machine. It's just so weak
It's
that
just
it
a
couldn't
little-
rip through all the roots and shit. So I fought that for probably an hour and a half.
And you gotta-
right when I got through, about a foot after the big chunk of root that I fought for an hour and a half was a fiber line that
you
was
hit
not
it?
marked.
Oh, of course
rip
not.
the fuck! I didn't rip it. I ripped it up, and I saw I pulled it. I'm like, fuck.
What day was this? Because Comcast is down today.
No,
for
that
some
was
people.
Tuesday.
It was
I hit
Tuesday.
it.
Okay.
That was Tuesday. I hit it, and
Please don't hit fiber lines. My job kind of depends on
Tell
that.
Julie to fucking
yeah.
mark them.
well,
then.
oh no, yeah, like so. So there was a like where the parking lot ended. There was grass by probably about 10 foot of grass. Then there was a fence, and on the other side of the fence there was no markings. All the markings were for everything else near the parking lot and that strip of grass there.
Great.
Because that's where they had parked the buses, and they had grid heaters, or they had like outlets for grid heaters. Like there was 20 of them in a line. So I'm like, okay, surely there's more shit down that way, but once I get past this fence, we're clear. Well, besides the tree and the fiber line, we were. So yeah. But I ended up not actually ripping it. The school still had internet. Nobody came out to check it. So I'm assuming I didn't actually fuck it up.
You just barely
I got
stretched it.
extremely lucky. I pulled it up probably about a foot. Like if the pipe was going, on one plane, I pulled it probably about a foot. Took a ton of slack out of it, but I never ripped it. So I'm like, well, fuck it. So we just
Oh God, no! You know what you did?
What?
You pulled all the slack out of the vaults.
it's fine.
Yeah, fuck
It's
them.
not my problem.
They can pull them back.
Yeah, they
Oh
can-
yeah, literally we just shoved the cable back into the conduit, dug around it, finished our job that day. I came back the following day.
Fucking press
we
it back
finished-
into place.
This isn't my problem.
Literally, yeah, we finished our job. I started backfilling the whole
Oh,
trench,
shit, that's
and
funny.
no
I'm gonna
big
have
deal.
to tell Jason that.
Yeah, I was like,
Because they usually
not a
leave,
single
like,
mark.
at least for fiber. And I mean, how
Yeah.
big was it? About yay big?
The whole conduit was probably about 2-inch conduit.
Okay,
The-
yeah,
the-
yeah.
It was one cable, maybe
Yeah. So
3/8.
like stuff for that, they usually leave like 2 or 3 good loops
Yeah.
in there.
And that
for,
stuff's pretty resilient. That
Yeah,
It
big
is.
stuff.
like from
But
where the conduit
still.
was, I pulled it up maybe about a foot, and I'm like, oh shit.
You probably
I was so
broke all
excited.
the tray fingers in the vault, and then the next time the tech's got to go out there,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and then
the speed's down to like fucking 10 megabit. Like it's
Yeah.
just fucking crawling.
But yeah,
some
when
fractured it
no
all.
one marks anything, it's kind of not really my fault.
Yeah,
So,
shit
yeah.
happens.
but yeah, I also thought it was there was a score. It was kind of next to a baseball diamond. I thought it was for the scoreboard. I thought somebody just ran a random, one power wire up to the scoreboard
Yeah,
or
a
something.
little
To the,
signal
Yeah.
wire or something.
I was like, oh, maybe it's that. And we looked at it. I was like, no, we're pretty sure that's fiber.
that's
Like, oh,
fiber.
shit. But it was decent. And then, actually, on the way home the first day, so the day I hit the fiber, I was doing about 70 mile an hour in between Dwight and Streeter.
Oh, is this what happened?
Drove past a tree, heard a really loud bang, and I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, I realized my windshield is about 3 times as shattered as it was.
Yep.
hit
Welcome
all-
to
Yeah, nice duct tape job, by the way.
Yeah.
A1 repair.
Yeah.
Mechanic.
Yeah. So yeah, I hit a walnut, like probably a 2-inch round,
my
2-3 inch
fucking
walnut doing
Lord.
about 70.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I spun around, drove back to the guy's driveway, and there's just a shit ton of them in the road. I'm like, guarantee that's what it was.
Had to be.
What a dick tree.
Oh, I was so there's like
Yeah.
4 or 5 of them all laying over top of it. It's one of the main roads in between those two towns. Like
yeah.
I guarantee I'm not the only one to do it.
No.
But yeah, I'm like, go fucking figure. Now I really need to fucking replace this windshield.
Well,
which
at
sucks
least
'cause I'm
the
trying to sell it.
windshield is the least expensive piece of glass.
And
on
it's
that
$450.
They say it's not
Safe
nothing.
flight
Oh,
repair,
it's
safe
it's
flight
fuck,
replace.
it's still expensive, but like, would you rather break your driver's side window or your rear glass?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah,
You replaced
so
the whole door for cheap.
I did that
Oh,
already once.
shit,
Say he did that
that-
I
already.
did. I got both driver's side doors for $100.
Yeah, it is cheaper.
From some dude off marketplace. But yeah,
But you're not putting a windshield in by yourself in your driveway.
No, I'm giving it
No.
to. I'm giving it to a local guy. SafeLight. You can't call SafeLight anymore.
No.
To schedule anything, you have to fucking do it online.
Yeah.
Like you can't just get the fucking receptionist and schedule it. Like
But they
that.
don't have a local office here anymore, I don't think.
Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
Peru, right
Do
next
they?
to right next to their
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
right
closed
next
down.
to Marcus's
no,
job.
like 2 doors down from
Yeah.
my job. Because when I broke, well, I was coming up the curves last winter, and all of a sudden I heard a loud pop,
Yeah.
and the tension from the cold and the
Yeah.
heat blowing popped my windshield.
Yeah.
And so I took it in, and they were like, "Oh, do you need a ride?" I was like, "I work at the radio station. I'm just gonna walk to work. Call me when it's done."
Mhm.
I thought it was like the Xfinity office by Shimmer where it's like closed, but they're still there.
No,
Oh,
they're
okay.
still Safe Light's been they've been fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did
But
the
yeah, but
windshield
they
on my
don't-
Blue Ranger after.
I'll
it
say they
broke.
don't really do like. They don't like when you walk in and try to schedule shit. They will not answer a phone call. You
Yeah.
have to go online damn near to
Yeah.
schedule it. So
That or they want your insurance to call.
yeah.
Well, they'll ask you if you want cash or insurance. Well, at least when I scheduled in person, fucking
Yeah.
6 years ago at this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
they're like cash or insurance. I'm like cash. They're like, oh, okay, fucking
Yeah.
$150. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, the last
Yeah.
couple times I've tried to go through SafeLight, it's they either you have to go through 10 different steps through a phone call to get an actual person, or you just go online and do it, which is not the worst thing. But like when I'm driving, I don't
Yeah.
want to I'd rather just be on the phone,
Right.
hands free, and be like, hey, give me a quote. When can you
Have
get it
you-
in? Blah blah blah. So,
Have you tried to call them and just mash 0 until you get operator? That's usually
Operator.
They do that everywhere.
like
Yes.
Comcast. Man, if I gotta
Yeah.
call Comcast, it's just
This is-
40 fucking zeros, and then somebody, hello? Thank God. Fuck your automated system because it's bullshit.
You're like, I know what's wrong. Just reset it.
You gotta
Yeah.
call it the same, like at the perfect time to actually get someone at the Rockford call center.
To get someone competent.
You know, I really do love how they moved away from the call centers.
Overseas, yeah.
Yeah.
The past 2 times I've gotten someone like
It's
in Illinois.
so great.
Yeah.
It's like, my shit's fucked. Can you fix it? And it's like, yeah, sure. It's like, oh my God, I can actually understand you.
yeah, I know all the guys that run my ISP.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 of them.
I know them very well.
Cause
Yeah.
I forgot what it was I called them last time, but they asked like, "Oh, did you get a bunch of snow too?" I'm like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I was like, "Oh, I'm in Rockford." I'm like, "Oh,
Oh hell yes. You're like, this guy
Yeah,
gets
no.
it.
Yeah.
I think the last time I dealt with the call center people were when the node was out and they weren't
Oh,
letting
yeah.
anybody know. So I was diagnosing everything for 4 days.
You were checking all of your end, and, it was
And
their
then
end.
they
yeah.
kept telling me, oh no, nothing's going on. We have nothing. And then finally I got like some guy in California and he was like, yeah, the node's down. They're working on it, but we're not supposed to tell anybody. I was like, thank you. I've been pulling my fucking hair out for 4 days.
that reminds me, I gotta submit if I can get a credit back. Thank you."
Oh, from Xfinity.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
It's hidden. It's hidden, but it's there.
They're not going to make it easy on purpose.
No,
No, they won't.
no,
They
legally-
probably won't fucking approve it either. But
No, they should.
We're gonna
They-
try live
they-
right now.
They have to. If you can prove that
Say the
you
fifth.
were without service, they have to.
Man, I should have done that with mine. They'd be paying me. God damn.
They
Your
would've
account isn't eligible for credit at this time. you
Let's
fuck.
go.
just- cocksuckers.
Maybe it has to be so long after the outage before you can do it.
Yeah. I'll
Did
have
you
to
guys
try
call
it
about
next
your
week.
tolls in New York?
No.
Oh shit!
Oh, I haven't got shit yet.
I
so-
didn't either.
For
There's a
God.
way you can look it up online, but since ours are temp plates, I don't think they're registered to the system.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
Probably.
Well, and here's the funny thing too.
I'll let
So-
you know when I get something in
I'll
the mail
say-
because I probably have 12
But
tolls at least.
I think
coming
you're
to me,
supposed
so-
to like call that number or go online
Yeah.
to set up them to mail it to you. It's some weird thing.
But I
if they
do
mail it to
remember
you, it's already late or something.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It tells you on the board. It's like, oh, like it'll be if you online is $5, by mail is 12 or some shit.
Right. So yeah, just like
Or if it never comes by mail, I save 12.
But I do remember we passed somewhere and the sign said, you know, it takes
It takes like a week.
a week or two to post.
Yeah.
And then like I went on the website and just Googled it, and it was like, you know, how long do I have to pay this toll? And it's like, oh, you have like 4 days. And it's like, but if it doesn't fucking post for 14, then I'm gonna accrue charges. Like
My brother in Christ, they know.
I know.
That's why
Dude,
it's like that.
It's like businesses. When you use your debit card, they take the money out immediately, but when you want to return it, it's fucking 2 weeks.
yeah, because they can,
Yeah.
and you can't stop them. Why there isn't like, which toll road was it? Was that not in New York? Was that in Ohio, where you got your ticket on the way in and then paid it on the way out?
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. Why don't
Yeah.
they all do that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you have to stop, but you
I
don't.
think that was near Detroit.
Was it?
It was near Detroit.
Well, that would have been the edge of Ohio. Then,
Yeah.
probably.
Still, but
Either way,
yeah.
like that's so much easier because like you leave one lane, you can get a ticket, and everybody else can just drive through.
Mhm.
Like it's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
hate that.
don't really think we will have anything.
Oh no, I doubt it. But I just didn't know if you guys had even thought about it.
No,
say
I've
besides
been
that-
thinking
Never
about
thought
it,
about it.
but it's just like I don't have the
Yeah.
patience
Yeah.
to.
Okay,
deal
New
with
York
this.
State, come take my car. It's not legal.
Yeah.
You
Come
can't,
find it, fuckers.
You can't own it either.
I'll say besides that one like credit card ticketed Ohio tollway, I only ever ran into one other like actually open for
Like,
cash.
stop and
and they were like,
pay.
I was like, how much? $1. I'm like, fucking, I just chucked it at them. I'm like, goodbye.
See, I thought they did away with those.
Illinois.
I think they
did.
did in Illinois.
Almost
yeah.
like literally the other 10, but like there, I got 2 of them that were like in service, I guess, aka the ticket one and the one that I threw $1 at the guy.
Yeah.
And then all other 10 of them were just fucking
they
like
don't
easy
wanna-
pass only
yeah.
shit. I'm
So
like,
they don't
oh,
want to
fuck,
pay
man.
people to fucking sit there
Well-
because they realize they can make 8 billion times the amount of money with. Oh, you forgot your toll. It's $80 now.
Yeah, not only are they not paying people to
Sit
be
there.
there, they're also
Accruing.
upcharging everybody
Oh, yeah.
because for overdrafts and shit.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Well, and that's why I always do avoid tolls, because even if you pay on a card through the website, then it's like, oh, there's a like $5 convenience fee for using your car. It's like, fuck you.
That's why
I
I'm
can't
glad.
use fucking cash.
Same with the Secretary of State. That's why I don't do it online.
I do it online.
Because they're like,
just
oh,
'cause
it's
so much
$5 for a car. It's like, lick my taint.
But
Fuck you.
You live like 4 minutes from the DMV.
I do, yes.
Living 20 minutes, you're like, give me the $5, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't
Fair.
care.
It's cheaper than me
Jokes on
spending
me.
gas
Well, I was
money.
like, jokes on me. I still go there and still pay with card. So I
Well,
burn
that's-
gas and I have a 3% fucking.
Yeah, that's
I
credit
do
card
that. I
fee,
think.
yeah.
I
Fucking
think the
joke.
last time when I went and got my sticker, because I got my license renewed and I got the sticker for my bike, and it was like a $2 service charge fee.
Yeah, it's
And
minimal.
It's
but
unneeded.
Yeah, it's
though.
like 2 or 3.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it is unneeded, but like I also
my brother in Christ,
Get it.
the DMV is unneeded.
well,
Yeah.
they do-
Correct.
They do nothing useful. I hate it so much.
You know, my homies hate 3-letter organizations.
Yes.
Yeah.
After I spent 20 minutes there and got nothing done, like I was fucking pissed on the way home.
makes me want to
I'm like-
start a fucking
I'm
shotgun.
like, I can't believe I spend $300 a week on taxes to get nothing out of it other
Yeah.
than screwed.
Yeah.
Like, I was pissed.
But the roads,
The roads!
the roads come out of the gasoline tax that we already pay.
But that was on a freeze for what, 6 months?
Yeah, and it's still expensive.
Still,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Still. Oh, I paid $319 for the Subaru this
God
month.
damn.
It's not bad. I think the lowest I've gotten was like $330, and that was at Hy-Vee.
I'm waiting until I have a decent amount of cash before I fill up my truck with $200 worth of fucking fuel.
You had the
Currently,
Hy-Vee fuel saver?
0.
No, I have,
You need to.
I have Casey's rewards. It's wait. I could have free gas for the rest of like the year at this
Yeah,
point.
you can get like a little bit of groceries off though with it.
I don't go to Hy-Vee for groceries though. I'm cheap.
Oh yeah, you got the Walmart.
I get the Walmart card.
Yeah, that's
BB employee benefits.
True.
Christ.
Yeah.
Jeebus.
Is that it? You guys done?
I have 2 more
You guys
things,
just,
but
like-
I was kind of waiting
I
for
was gonna say, I know Andy had a lot to talk
well, you
about
already
earlier.
mentioned about filling your truck up. Do you have a reason you need to fill your truck up? You do.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yes, actually. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
that is a good segue.
Wow, what a shit segue.
That's
Okay,
why
so-
I did it.
He laid out all the groundwork and you just
Speaking
came in
of,
and fucked
Coming for
it.
the layup
Well, I was
and then
thinking
smacked it out of
I was
bounds.
thinking of me trying to pick up a project vehicle to make some fast cash on because I have been trying to find one of those.
Yeah.
But nothing really is jumping out at me. But
Speaking of project vehicle,
yeah, project vehicles, aka one of the other things I was looking to talk about, my Jeep. I've been working on that quite a bit. I got a lot of it done today, actually. I did a battery relocation, which is in the rear, basically where the rear seat was. I have my fuel cell, as well as I made a battery tray and put a battery, a master switch back there. And now I just have a couple cables running up from the battery up to the master switch. That way, I can't find the draw in the Jeep that kills the battery. So instead of unhooking it all the time like I was doing, I can just hit the fucking switch and it's done. It's easy and I love it.
Instead of popping the hood and
What's
taking
your
the
fuel
terminal
cell
off.
made out of?
Plastic.
Fuel.
Okay, thank fuck. It was like I was really hoping he wasn't gonna put a battery on top of a I don't know
It's not
aluminum.
on it.
It's
It's
not
just
on
next
it.
to
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, that entire rear seat is gone.
The whole-
so
the
the
whole-
cell is only about half that
You just
size.
gotta
and the
you just
battery's
gotta
at the
put all
still-
those electrons
side.
in your gas
the
tank.
whole-
Were you in
Better
his Jeep
fuel
at all
mileage.
during
Yeah,
New Year's?
the whole inside of it is metal, and there's a roll cage. There is so much
Yeah.
conductive material in there.
Not to mention, I was also like, I welded the fucking tray to the body because I was too lazy
fuck
to
it.
make a mount and shit.
That's
with the
actually
fuel,
fair.
with the gas tank right there.
No, that's based.
Yeah.
You just
I mean,
let-
Brian once
stick shit
welded the diff or something. Oh no, it was the fucking muffler on my Blazer, and I had just filled it up, and that was when the gas tank, like kept having holes in it, and it was just pouring fuel onto the ground. I was like, Brian, should we just wait for this all to piss out? He's like, nah, just pour some water on it and hold this old road sign up. I'll get under there. And
was it fine?
yeah, he didn't explode. I was very fucking nervous, but
you.
he did it.
Well, I welded on the gas tank for my red truck. That welding on a gas tank is the sketchiest thing you can
yeah.
do. Because even if you think it's empty, there's still gas.
Oh
in
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah.
I
Like-
once watched, I don't know if you guys know him, Joey Romanelli.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he had a
You goofy
cigarette
ass.
in his mouth as his gas tank was leaking, and he did a fiberglass patch kit on it. And I'm
fine.
like, Joey,
Joe, you're gonna die.
you have a lit cigarette there, but he's like, all right, man, it's fine. I'm like,
He has more
Buddy.
balls than brain cells, apparently.
Store-bought cigarettes won't light gas.
Technically, yeah.
If you roll them yourself, they absolutely will. Fun fact. Because Logan rolls his own now. He doesn't put the fire retardant in there.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
He's like, I'll like set it down and forget about
Unfiltered.
it, and it'll just burn wherever you set it. Like the whole thing will fucking catch on fire.
Christ.
But it's cheaper, you know?
Is it though?
Figured.
Way cheaper. Tobacco's fucking dirty cheap. Cigarettes are just expensive because of the chemicals.
Yeah.
The chemicals.
Big tobacco.
Turning your lungs gay.
Or so they say.
So the Jeep is it going to be ready for the 14th?
Should be, yes. Yeah, so...
How ready is it going to be?
you
I
and
guess?
So
should be-
realistically, okay, so today, so doing the battery cables took a while because I needed to get an extra roll of red 4 gauge wire. My grounds are made out of 2 gauge wire that I stole off the ambulance because I just had it.
2 gauge is good.
So I have 2 gauge ground for everything. Power wires are upgraded from 6 gauge to 4 gauge. Which,
Well, they're also longer now, so
Yes, they're a
they
lot
should be
longer.
bigger.
yeah, so I have that ran now. I also had to make a wire going from... So yeah, I have a new power wire going to the starter as well as the
Alternator.
fuse block.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well then there's a jumper from the fuse block to the
Right.
alternator.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, got all that done. It was just a lot of slowly getting pieces and stuff, figuring out how to route it, figuring out because like the factory battery cables had the ground side had a jumper. It had the main cable that went to where the fuck did it go?
The block.
The engine block, yes.
Yeah.
But then there's a jumper from there just to the body.
Right.
I'm like, where can I do that? Luckily, my master switch has 4 posts. One of them can be for a body ground.
That's super helpful.
Nice.
So that's what I did.
Sure.
Yeah, figuring out just figuring out how to simplify everything. Basically,
Where
it took
put
a while.
everything.
But yeah, all the battery cables are ran. I did, yeah. I was figuring out. I stripped out all the wiring that I had from my light bar that was on my roof. I relocated it. It is now underneath my rear bumper, technically, or it's kind of where my
Where your fuel
gas tank used to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I have an underneath rock light bar,
Nice.
essentially.
Where's it pointed? Back or forward?
Basically, exactly at the axle.
So forward.
So forwards, yeah, towards
Yeah.
the front.
I was
of the
gonna
vehicle,
suggest
yes.
like put it
Yeah.
forward because it'll light everything.
Yeah, so
underneath
my
it.
buddy Dustin in his blue Toyota.
Oh, dude, that thing's fucking.
So he did the same
It's-
thing, but he doesn't have a bed or anything there, so it looks super cool with all just the exposed frame and,
Yeah.
and roll cage and everything there.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that's kind of a good idea. I have a really shitty light bar, and also I kind of want to switch the angle even more, but I think I need a different style light bar. This one has a lot of throw. I need like a flood
Yeah.
style.
Or like a curved or something so it'll push out.
Yeah, something a little different. And then I also had 2 flush mounted LED pods that I put where, so I have the intake. Oh, that's another thing. Where the intake used to sit, I took the airbox out and I have a flush mount on that side, and then the battery was on the same side in the engine bay, in the same spot on the front. So both of those spots were open, so I put flush mounts under there, so right now I have 2 rock lights in the front.
Okay.
The one I could not get to work. I think I just need to redo the solder or the connections.
It might just be dead. Did you test it or no?
No.
I would test it before because it might just be dead.
Yeah, I might do that when I have the
Like
when I
cut
redo
the
that.
ends and then
Yeah.
put it on a battery or something. Like a Milwaukee M12 battery is
Yeah.
great for testing.
Yes.
It's just 12 volt in a little battery.
Exactly. So I'm probably gonna try that. But yeah, so I got 2 rock lights out of the 3 done. I also did an intake. I was gonna show you this picture actually.
Okay.
So I made an intake similar to what you did. Or you had yours inside the cab, didn't
Mine
you, on your
went-
old one?
So the glove box was removed. Well,
Okay.
the glove box
Yeah.
airbag combo area was removed on mine.
Yeah.
So I put an intake filter
Hidden
in the
Mickey.
cab there.
Yeah, as I say, it looks
Yeah.
like Mickey.
Yeah, I'll say. So when I was cutting holes into it, this one goes into the cowl just underneath the wipers.
That's what you're
Okay.
supposed to do.
Yeah, I bought an actual. It's from Trailhead Off Road. It is a kit. Basically, all it is the tube, one boot that goes down to the actual throttle body, and then the filter, and then a shroud kind of that fits into that spot where I
Sure.
was cutting out holes.
Mm.
Yeah, like in the middle of it, I'm like, that kind of looks like Mickey. So I sent it to the Total Off Road group.
Sure.
But yeah, so that's kind of, you guys got an idea now of where
Yeah.
it's going.
Instead of it being on the front of your Jeep that's constantly in water,
Yeah.
it's in the
As
kind
well
of
as just in the
mid-front.
engine bay, sucking up heat, as well as just in the way in the engine bay. This goes directly over top of the engine and then into the passenger
It's
side
still going to
firewall,
heat soak
so
that tube a lot, and that firewall is going to be hot. But
it's better than it was,
It's-
and it's way drier and
Right.
and hopefully less dusty.
moisture,
and shit, so.
moisture and dust are your 2 big things.
Yeah. So hopefully it's better, and it looks better, and I'm a lot happier with it.
Yeah, and it
Now it's
clears
out
up,
the engine
clears up room in the front end, which
Yeah,
helps.
so.
Every little bit helps.
But yeah, the only other things I really want to do is just kind of a nut and bolt check in general, as well as there's a U joint on one of the chromoly axle shafts in the front I want to switch out.
Mm-hmm.
The exhaust, I need to at the very least tuck it back up, but I would also like to actually weld on the V bands I have.
Yeah.
I need to redo the one mount that is broken. I need to probably add another one just so it's not only being held up by that one mount.
Probably.
As well as hopefully I'll cut it in the 2 spots I want to do, put the 2 V bands there, and then it should be a lot stronger.
It'll make a big difference.
Yeah. And then after that, pretty much the only other thing I want to do is make some sort of a cover with some sound deadening in it over top of my fuel cell, just because the fuel pump is pretty loud and it's just kind of annoying to listen to in the
I
cab.
have
So
some butol sheets you could use.
yeah, if not, I was just gonna try to find some kill mat, which is really
same
known.
thing,
Same-
basically.
same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, try to figure something out. Ooh, I should use the road signs. My extra road signs. I have.
No, they'll vibrate.
Yeah, those are
I'm gonna bend them and put kill mat in there.
They'll probably still aluminum vibrate.
What else am I gonna use?
Oh, I don't know. Just stick it to the box.
Yeah, I was just gonna make it out of steel and then put kill mat all over it and then
Kid
ta-da.
named Matt.
Huh?
Kid named Matt.
God damn it.
Jesus.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than that, it should be ready. I know I have Saturday. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything going on tomorrow and Saturday, and then it'll be the following Saturday is when I'm going. I don't
Yeah.
know if anybody else.
I'm
wants to
assuming
come.
I'm
I
out.
cannot.
I'm assuming I'm not.
Gotcha.
Just from
Oh,
work.
as I would.
Yeah, fair enough.
Kayla and I believe we got a wedding to go to that day.
Sick.
Hey, congrats.
Yeah, cool. Nice invite. Thanks.
No, I know.
Is it open bar?
They are always open
it's
bar.
It's at Fire on Fifth, so I assume.
Oh,
sick.
well then yeah, I would definitely go.
It's always
Yeah.
open bar if you're brave.
Uh,
Everything's free if you carry a special tool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that sounds.
Christ.
You got a pretty good handle on that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Neat.
helps being unemployed.
I
Must be
believe that.
fucking nice.
It's
been
not
nice.
because I'm really poor, except for I'm not poor right now because I sold my sim racing rig.
Yeah.
Oh, you finally sold it.
Sold it.
Good.
Yeah, Brian mentioned he's like, why don't you just sell the sim rig that you've been meaning to sell for like a year?
the thing that you don't use
like,
and costs a lot of money.
Good point.
Yeah.
So I listed it for $1,800. After realizing I didn't have as much into it as I thought I did, And
well,
then,
you had a lot into it, but you recovered that by
Yeah.
selling parts off it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my head, I thought I still had like 2,500, $3,000 into it. I'm like,
man.
oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I only had like 2,000, maybe 2,100 in it. So I listed it for 18 because I'm like, just throw it up there, see who does what.
Get it the fuck out of here.
I had 1,800 clicks in 3 days.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
But I also put up there like trade for project vehicles,
Yeah.
RCs,
Yeah,
you know,
anything pretty
something.
much.
Well, and you know, in your defense, we are getting into winter, so people are looking for shit to do indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which means they might have been trying to get out of their outdoor hobby, which also would have made
Yes.
trades good
Yeah.
too.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I know.
But yeah, so I had a lot more people message me than I like expected. There was also probably 3 cash or no, I probably had 6 cash offers, 3 of them being all close to each other.
Nice.
I waited for the first guy who gave me a cash offer. He couldn't make it. I listed it Saturday morning, and the guy just couldn't come by the end of the weekend just because he had gotten busy.
Right.
I told him I'd keep it. Well, throughout the week, I had gotten so many other fucking messages that I just put it as pending. I'm like, one of the 3 people with cash
Yeah.
will buy it.
Yes.
I just don't care. And I also sent you guys the one guy who was like, I need it. And
have
was
to
throwing like
have
a
this.
bitch fit in fucking Messenger.
Wait, which one was this?
Oh,
I would say you're pretty professional with your replies.
I try to be. I've done so many Facebook Marketplace transactions that I know how
Yeah.
just make it simple and just try to give the first guy.
Because you don't want to be,
chance.
you don't want to like tell them off and say no, you can't have it at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then the guy in front of them will back out. And it's like, well,
Yes,
fuck, hey,
exactly.
you
And
want-
this guy was a little sketchy, but he when he came there, he told me, he's like, dude, my work schedule's crazy. And he kind of explained it. I'm like, okay, like, hey, I'm glad I held it to you because I've had people sell shit out from under me plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm
no problem.
sorry. I've
you're
been
reading it now?
neglecting Discord lately.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% no bailing. Ends up he bails.
Well,
Yeah, no, that was the guy who wanted to pay more than what I got for it. But I'm like, I'm giving the guy who messaged me first with
Yeah,
the cash
first come,
offer
first
the
served.
first shot.
Yeah, try not to
Yes.
just screw these guys for
Yeah.
no reason.
So, but I put it as pending, and then I just deleted everybody except for the dude who bought it because I'm like, I cannot deal with all you fucking people anymore.
Well, hell, if we're talking about marketplace purchases and sells, I made a purchase this weekend.
Oh, did you?
wow.
What did you buy?
So Saturday morning, my boss sent me a link to a fume extractor for the
Oh.
shop.
Oh,
Okay, nice.
A smoke hog, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll pull fumes out, the smoke out of the air and filter it. Well,
Nice.
he sent me that at like 8 o'clock
8 p.m. or a.m.?
a.m.
Okay.
Okay.
I woke up about 11 a.m. And I'm like, I'm like, my head kind of hurts, but I could make something happen here. So I messaged the guy, he's in Joliet. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Like, I'll just go up there and see what it's like. It was $250.
That's not that bad.
My boss is like, just message the guy, see what happens. If we get it, great. They're expensive. This one's cheap.
Mhm.
Okay. Drive up there, look at it. I'm like, yeah, this is actually pretty nice. Like, it works. It's cheap, but everything works on it.
Mhm.
I'm like, fuck it, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
He had a cherry picker welded to a tube that he slid into the hitch of his truck to pick it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I've been meaning to do that.
it worked. It was very slow, but it worked.
How big is this thing?
So I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Okay.
So it is
that what you were pulling up on eBay?
it's a Donaldson P1000, and this thing is
Oh, okay.
about $2,000
Lord.
used.
Oh, nice.
So it
And you
is
picked it up for $250.
$250
Damn,
and a drive to
sick.
Joliet.
What a
not
steal.
bad.
So this is
Oh,
the exact same
wow.
model that we have downstairs now, except
Okay.
ours has a second outlet where it comes up.
Oh, okay.
It's a side outlet with a valve on it, so you could run 2 different lines to different
Nice.
places.
Gotcha.
So pick that up for $250.
Yeah, that
I'm
thing
like,
looks like it weighs a fuckload.
it's not well. It's all
Horrible, but it's not great.
It's all empty space.
Oh, yeah.
The top's a blower motor. The
Yeah.
bottom's just a giant. The filter alone is $300. It's like a 16 by 20-inch filter.
Jesus.
I blew it out outside. I filled the dustpan with all the stuff it had captured.
Ugh.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's what all that brown shit is.
That's
I was
why
gonna
the
ask
whole-
that. Yeah.
The whole driveway's got a huge brown spot. It's such fine because it's all smoke.
Yeah.
That it just sunk
Yeah.
into the concrete
Oh, yeah.
and now it's there forever. But
Gross.
then
God
we
damn.
tested it out after that running some dual shield wire. So it's flux core and you run gas on it.
Mhm.
Doing some rollers for our machinist. And it pulled every ounce of smoke out of the air. It was awesome.
Nice.
Perfect.
That would have normally smoked the whole shop up,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So
Would that? Did you use both the inlets or just the one?
just the one.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I would say I'm assuming you're just going to use the one 90% of the time.
Yeah. So
But-
for our plasma table, that thing smokes a lot too.
Mhm.
So what I'm thinking is we'll build a like tube style vacuum system on the gantry
Yeah.
and hook a soft tube to that.
Okay.
So it'll pull from both edges. Because when you're plasma cutting a plate steel on a table, the smoke rolls out from underneath it up the
Yes.
sides.
Mm-hmm.
So make a little duct that pulls from both edges of the plate and it'll move back and forth with the gantry and just run a soft hose over to this thing.
And you could just put like an arm up above that would just flex everything.
Yeah, essentially.
Huh.
The outlet on it's like a 6-inch outlet. So if we shrink that down to like 4, it'll have a ton of suction.
Oh, yeah.
It should pull all that smoke out of there, no problem.
Huh.
So that'd be nice to
Nice.
Or even most of it. Some of
even
it, something.
any of it is
Yeah.
a win. We could hook the gantry up to one and then put the hanging arm over the top of it and just let it suck all the smoke out of the air. It's so nice. And it's relatively quiet. So
Nice.
that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we got on, of course, like Facebook's addictive when you've got shop tools that are expensive and you don't have to buy them yourself.
Yep.
You're like, hey, boss man, check this out. Well,
What'd you find?
we would have bought it if we could have. It was a 63-inch wide press brake, CNC power hydraulic. It was made in 2019. The guy wanted $8,000 for it. The company he worked for the company they were running got bought out, so he took all his stuff home,
Oh, nice.
and it was in his home garage. He never used it.
Oh my god, $8,000? That's fucking
It
it?
came with a bunch of tooling. It was basically brand new, and it's like, I'm like, I'll come buy it right now. And he's like, it's already sold. Forgot to take it down. I'm like, damn.
Sucker.
Literally, my boss was like, we'll go right now. Right here. Like as soon as I showed it to him, he's like, yes, let's go.
Are you guys still trying to spend a bunch of money before?
Yes and no. Not as bad as we thought we'd have to.
Okay.
Because we haven't even gotten the second part of our first order yet.
Mhm.
As long as we have money spent and not money received, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Right now, we're in the good shape for that.
Okay.
But we're waiting on a steel truck order one of these days.
It's raining.
Damn,
Yeah.
thank God I didn't drive the Jeep or Harley here.
Yeah, no, it's lot.
Hey Nick, did we roll the windows up?
Yes.
Okay.
Better hope so, because otherwise it's junk. But no. So yeah, we almost bought that if we could have. We can't because it was already gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then today we were looking at CNC cold cut saws.
Mm.
So we've got a horizontal bandsaw
Mm-hmm.
that works great. The problem is we cut a lot of like double mitered pieces, and it's a pain because you have to like set the miter, flip the tube over, reset them like back and forth a lot. So we were looking into getting an automatic version of that to make that just easier.
Mm-hmm.
We found one. It's like $8,000, or yeah, I think it's still like $8,000. I think they're both about the same price, and it's in Michigan.
Oh. I could go see Nick. The other Nick.
Wrong
Oh,
way, Minnesota,
Ah.
Oh.
Michigan.
Yeah.
So we might go pick that up if this guy ever answers back. It's been 8 hours and he hasn't sent me a message back, so he seems super reliable.
Well, if you ever need somebody to just drive a truck with a trailer, I might be your guy.
Well, yeah, but
Unless you guys actually want the break, I understand that too.
yeah, it's like, we can do that too for free, hypothetically. But so yeah, we might end up buying something like that.
Nice.
Kind of neat to have something new. Speaking of something new, there was a leak today.
Oh yeah.
Now, by the time this episode comes out, this will actually be announced, so this could be all wrong.
Okay.
But I think you guys would be excited about it. This is the 2024 Subaru WRX TR. This thing is their
Okay, now hold on. Is it only coming to Australia?
No.
Okay.
It's supposed to be coming to the US as far
And
as
I'm
I can
sorry,
see.
but that picture as it sits right there, does it not look like a Pontiac Aztec?
No.
Kind of.
You see it from the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the rear
well.
bumper part,
Yes.
and then it's just
Yeah.
kind of like
Yes.
this is a weird.
It's
this
got
is a
that.
weird
It's got
rear
that
three-quarter
weird
shot.
like triangle in the rear.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
You guys are just being mean.
No, I'm
about
just
it.
saying. Like I
Yeah.
just saw it. I'm like, that looks like a Pontiac.
Wait, no,
Aztec.
it looks like a
Ooh.
Pontiac Aztec had sex with a Lamborghini Urus.
Oh my god.
That's
You guys-
what it looks
Ah,
like.
yeah,
They
yeah.
look, but they're the same. The Urus and the Aztec are the same car.
Kind of, yeah.
There's
They're
a
just
modern style
like
of it.
half a
Keep
million
going, I wanna
dollars
keep seeing
difference.
these.
Comes factory with Brembos, and
Mm-hmm.
it's only offered with a 6-speed
Ooh.
manual. No
Sick.
CVT option at all.
So isn't
Because
this just
fuck
an
CVTs.
STI?
No, because it's not an STI, because they don't make the STI anymore.
Yeah, they stopped.
So
that.
this is the
Well,
TR.
right, but
It's short for tuner ready or something. Like it's
Yeah.
so it's an STI without the STI badge.
no, it's a TR. Yes, it is absolutely an STI. But yeah, it's only available in a manual. It makes like 270 horsepower.
That's plenty.
with a 2.4.
Yeah, with a 2.4 turbo. The leak was from Australia, so that's where all this information came from.
Mm.
Okay.
But all-wheel drive manual. It should be pretty neat.
say what any rumors or leaks about the starting price?
The last time they did a TR edition, it was $1,000 cheaper than the regular WRX or something. It was some, or maybe than the STI. I don't know.
Okay.
This is still like relatively new information that'll be
Yeah.
like it's being announced October 7th, so 2 days from now. So
Gotcha.
we'll actually know about it later. But
On a Saturday?
Yeah, when everybody's at
Um,
home on their phone.
yeah, I guess.
Uh.
But yeah, so that's that got announced, and I'm kind of interested to see because it should be actually pretty cool.
Yeah, because my next car after owning an Outback for
You
a
own-
week or two.
On one Subaru, you're never going back.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm torn on if I want a Miata to be the next car or WRX.
Well,
Because the WRX it would be all-wheel drive.
do you
and I
want
could
to hold
daily-
on? Do you want a cheap Miata to be a project car and then a decent daily driver, or do you want a nice Miata to just one car solution?
Just one car solution.
Yeah, he wants a
Oh,
nice
okay.
Miata. He wants an ND.
Okay.
And ND and do shit to it. Yeah.
E.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was thinking like NA for $5,000 and. You
That
you
doesn't
have a
exist
garage.
anymore.
You have so many. Yeah, well, I showed you the one day. I'm like, well, shit. I can find them fuckers all the time.
Just because you have a soft spot for NAs doesn't mean everyone has to have one.
Don't get me wrong. I love NAs.
the
but
Miata.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
is.
damn.
Yes.
Yeah.
But after driving my buddy's ND when I was down in Tennessee, it's like,
Understandable.
this
No, I
is
was under the
nice.
impression. I know you had said that. I was still thinking that you were just going to have a project car and then maybe a daily driver still as well.
I mean,
so I'm like, you could keep your Fusion, or you could even get the Subaru.
if
And then buy
I
a
decide
cheap
to do this
Miata.
new job, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, hint, hint, hint.
Yes. When we went out to dinner with
Did you look into it, Jason?
a little bit, yeah, weighing out the pros and cons still.
Cool.
Just because the nice bonuses that happen at the end of the year, at my current job are kind of nice and would be a big help to some stuff I want to do next year.
To get the bonus and then maybe branch off.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm leaning towards now.
Because fuck them, that's why.
Yes,
Pretty much.
They've been fucking
But-
him hard
Oh,
enough,
yeah.
You know?
Welcome to the club, buddy.
yes.
You're like, hey, do you want more responsibilities for the same pay? No. Too
And
bad.
and I talked to my boss yesterday about saying how one of them is just way overwhelming for me, and I don't think it's gonna change anything. So
No, probably not.
yeah,
You'll,
Yeah, if anything, I think now I'm just on higher up shit list.
you'll rise to the challenge or something, right?
I'm tired of rising to the challenge. I just
At
want
least
to
not
be a
that-
douchebag.
If I literally moved to a different location, I would be a lot happier.
My brother in Christ, we're in Illinois. Anywhere else is better.
No, I meant like
A
branch.
different bank, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but-
no, same bank, but like different branch. If
Right.
I was at a different branch, I would be a lot happier.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah,
Can you not just
There's-
request to do that?
there's no openings.
Oh,
No,
so
right.
unless if someone
then
quits or retires.
you make somebody quit or retire.
Bull-
No, because I actually like my coworkers at the other
Oh,
branches.
fuck.
that's why he wants to work there.
That's
'cause
why I
it's
want to
better.
work there. Yeah.
Convince one to trade with you. Be like, no, this place is way
No,
better.
no, that's the thing. No one goes to LaSalle.
I
If
know,
we're
I
ever
believe
short, no one moves there to help out because it's that bad.
R.I.P.
No one wants to help out there, and I don't blame them.
No, you can't blame them.
No, it
Because they're a bunch of fucking
sucks,
assholes.
It sucks shit to work at HQ.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, no. If, still weighing out the pros and cons. It'd be with Surf.
Surf's a good company.
Didn't mention that earlier.
all
Yeah,
things
no.
considered, you know.
All the Indeed and what's the other website? Glassdoor. All the
Oh,
reviews
yeah.
there are like really fucking good.
Are relatively positive.
And I mean, Jason seems to like it there.
Oh, Jason loves it there.
Yeah.
but Jason also loves like super like in-depth techie stuff.
Mm,
He likes it, doesn't mean he's great at it.
yes and no.
Right.
But
Nothing against Jason.
no.
No. Oh
He-
God.
he's
no.
a great guy.
Yes,
But-
absolutely.
But sometimes when it comes to certain things, like when we were looking at the radiator on the Subaru, and he's like, "It's clogged," and I'm like, "No,
I wasn't
it's-
there. I wasn't there for that.
No,
I
no,
went
it's
inside.
not."
Yeah.
He's like, "You need to clean the radiator." I'm like, "I can perfectly see through it. You're shining your light directly through it, and it's fine."
Yeah, you can
There's-
still clean it.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Oh yeah,
but-
I could
yeah.
run a hose through it, and it would be fine.
The whole system, yeah, could use a flush, but it's not
No, he was talking about the specific,
the fins of
the
the radiator.
outside of the radiator.
Right.
But another big thing from my current job to if I were to take this
Gig.
field tech,
Yeah,
whatever the title,
whatever the fuck it's
whatever
called.
whatever Jason does is what it is.
Right.
I would be making
Internet dude.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just-
making $8 more an hour.
That's a nice bump.
So
It'd be a hard bump to turn down. Fair.
right,
How much are they starting at?
it's either 24 or 25.
God damn, I need a fucking raise.
Yeah, I know.
Not a bad start to have.
Well, and considering that job, it says like you don't have to have like any degree in tech or like IT.
Yeah, and
Like if you got a high school diploma, it's like 25 an hour. It's like fuck.
Kind of like as long as you know what you're doing, you'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
You
now
just-
now the fiber splitter, I think that required some education, which totally understandable.
That's just a training that
Training
they do.
course.
It's the machine. I've seen them splice fiber. It is not fucking hard.
No.
It's
I used
getting
to,
your
I used to
rhythm
do it at
down.
connecting point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the machines fucking do
Yeah.
everything.
I won't remember how to do it, but
You
I've
learn-
done
you
I've
could-
done it for Starved Rock.
you could
We had
learn
a
pretty
project out
quick.
there. Yeah.
It's really, I say it shouldn't be that hard.
No.
But no, I feel like that's most jobs in IT now is, are you competent enough to be thrown into this and be under
Yeah.
pressure and learn?
Yeah.
And it's, I can do this.
Right.
Okay. Feed you to the fucking wolves.
Okay.
Right.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Send them out there.
Then the other nice pro is I would be with Jason. I would be with someone I know.
Yeah.
Would you be working with him, or
Him
just,
and like three
A
other
couple
guys
other
there.
guys.
Yeah.
fair enough?
I think it's like a team of 4 or 5, he said there.
Yeah, for our area. I
Yeah, for our
believe.
area at least. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So like I'm always close to like here, which would be nice.
Well, I mean, he does drive to Coal City quite a few. Or
I mean that's
quite
not
often.
I mean that's not a bad drive though.
No. He does a lot of driving, but he's always home.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't he have
Right.
a company truck too?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other nice thing.
Company truck's
truck.
nice.
Fucking right.
Yeah, because then I can keep when I eventually get a WRX or Miata, I keep the miles off it.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Shit, you know what?
Hey, when you're
Speaking-
driving home, you shatter a windshield. It's not yours.
It's not
not my problem.
Speaking of company vehicles, so
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday we had an executive budget meeting.
Mm.
Were you invited to that?
Yes.
Oh,
Were you
wow.
really?
Yes, I was.
Sorry,
well, because
sir, I didn't recognize that.
I'm now exec, but I'm the one who spends the money.
Yeah, they're telling you
is
how to
fair.
spend it. You're like, I'm doing this.
I won't say specifically how much, but it's over $250,000 so far, and we're 6
Hell
months
yeah.
in.
That's what's up.
Hey, man, I need a lot of stuff.
Hey, but WYYS is great.
Oh, speaking of that, also
LaSalle, Peru.
GLC finally showed up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at her and her glorious new wrapping.
Look at that.
Look at
Bam.
that.
Brand new NV 3.5.
Good for her.
She's gorgeous. I texted a picture of that to Michael,
Mhm.
and he was like, "It's about fucking time."
And it is about time.
It is about time.
It's been dying for like 3 years
Yeah.
now.
I've been since I've about 6 months after I started. I remember because I started in fall and Christmas time. I was out there replacing 4 10 picofarad capacitors in the plate.
Mhm.
It was like a 20-hour fucking job because I had no clue what I was doing.
Because all of it doesn't compare to anything else that you have to work on there.
Nope.
'Cause it's so much older.
Nope.
yeah.
That thing, the original schematics are from 63, and I believe ours was built in 72.
It's still a spring chicken.
Oh, funny thing. I have been waiting 4.5 years for this to happen.
You got laid?
No.
Your balls finally dropped?
Fuck you.
No, they probably
So-
fucked like dogs when he came home. Come on.
Oh, God.
Quiet
Yeah.
earmuffs on.
So there's an hour counter, digital hour counter on that transmitter.
Okay.
It finally rolled over.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Well, how many
shit.
digits is it?
It was 10,000 hours plus. And I'm
Nice.
sure that, and it
That's
didn't
not
like
that much.
alarm out.
Mm-hmm.
It just went to 0 and started counting again.
Oh yeah, that's probably
Wow.
it's
So,
probably done that a couple of
It's
times.
probably done
Yeah.
that like 4 or 5 times, but it's the first time I've been there to notice it.
That's awesome.
So I
So-
was like, woo.
So wait.
What year was
it's
that?
It's a 4-digit counter?
10,000 hours
To
ago?
9,000?
Yeah,
900?
9,999.
Oh, dude, I've ran loaders
wait,
with
is it more?
40,000. I'll say I've ran loaders with like 40,000 hours on
Shit,
them.
now I can't remember.
Well, 1 year is 438,000 hours.
No,
Or
it's
50 years.
no,
is that
then it's
much.
100,000 then.
50 years is 438,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's almost gotta be, because that would put it at about 20. Like I'm thinking it in machine terms. Like
yeah.
machines I run that are 10, 15 years old usually have 20 to 40,000 hours on them.
Well, you said you waited
So-
4.5 years for it to happen. What's the earliest you remember it at? Like, did you see it at like 00 basically? Or was it
No,
low?
no. It
Probably
was
halfway
at like
through.
86
86
or 8 something. I'll have to
Yeah.
look next time I go at my logs. I got to go there.
yeah. I'm almost
tomorrow.
guaranteeing it's a 5-digit to 99,000.
I don't know. But
Well, we're gonna see real quick because
yeah, so
if you waited 4.5 years, that is 39,420 hours. So if
Yeah.
you were at like 61
Probably.
or something, that'd be 4.5
Yeah,
years.
maybe.
So yeah, if you were anything above 61, it's a
I don't know.
5-digit odometer, which is 99,000.
It would almost
Yeah.
have to be. Yeah.
It's
Still,
that transmitter's such a fucking piece of shit.
it's
though.
only rolled over 4 times in its whole life, and you watched one of them. So
Yeah.
that's
awesome.
It is pretty cool.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of
works.
neat.
Oh, sorry. Back to the budget meeting.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
went off on a
because you're
tangent.
too
So
expensive.
get a new
So-
car.
We talked about that.
Let's go.
And it was brought up that, well, we really don't see the need in having a third station vehicle.
You're like, I do.
Bro.
And I said, well, no offense, but how many times are you going to let me put the Kia or the van in the ditch in the winter?
Mm-hmm.
And they went, well, what do you mean? And I said, none of these country roads are plowed nor salted.
Especially when you need to go out to the site.
So-
it's probably the middle of a storm.
And here's the other thing, which I know I've brought up before. So there are things called radomes. They're basically fiberglass or I can't remember the specific plastic that they use,
Okay.
but it's a cover for the antennas.
Yeah.
Because a bare antenna, if it gets freezing rain on it, can only do 1/10 of an inch of ice. Anything more and it won't heat up enough to melt it.
Sure.
So then that starts to fold the transmitter back, and eventually, if it builds up enough, it'll completely shut off
Okay.
by itself to protect it from basically
safety,
a
yeah.
giant overvolt.
Right.
I swear to God, I've told many people that we don't have them, nor de-icing sprayers or anything else. Everybody was very surprised when I said, when the antennas ice up in the winter and I have to go out there and babysit it back up to health, yeah, I'm probably going to put the vehicle in the ditch. And they're like, well, wait a minute, we don't have radomes? And it's like, no.
No.
We weren't that bougie. You think I got nice things here? Fuck no, this place is running on bubblegum and duct tape right now.
Yeah, I have to babysit the antennas back to health.
Yeah.
This is not a
So
well-oiled
they were like,
machine.
oh, well, we could share this other vehicle from the. I was like, I need my own work vehicle because there's things in my office that is now a disaster zone because they have to live in my office.
Where
Like
they live-
I'm not gonna keep all my tools in a vehicle and then one of the salespeople go to take it, which they have the right to do, and
they have all your stuff, or
Shit's-
you have to unload all your
yeah.
stuff.
So I've
neither
been
one's good.
unloading and loading my tools up constantly, and I'm kind of getting sick
Just
of
tell
it.
them to buy packouts. It'd be the fast.
I want them to buy
Dude,
me.
He wants them to buy a car.
No,
though.
I know, no. Either that.
Well, hold
They
on.
could,
Hear me out
maybe
real
upgrade
quick.
to a better car between the, and but
Hear
again,
me out.
it is so fast to have. I mean, I could have every tool in my 72-inch by 8-foot
Yeah.
long toolbox.
Yeah.
And like
Fucking-
2 good pack outs.
Yeah, probably 2-3 pack outs. So if you have the mounts already in the trunk and all that you need to do, or they say if they're stealing it from you, fucking unclip, put on the ground, go.
Yeah, no, it's
So-
they're super good for that.
And I said, I know this is a little wish listy and crazy, and I understand that this is probably not going to happen this year,
Right.
but it needs to be addressed because I need a vehicle to work out of. A Ford Transit with 4-wheel drive so I can put a workbench in there, and instead of having to hold pieces of equipment up on my knees while I'm pulling them apart and desoldering, I can take it out of the rack, put it on a workbench, and do my work.
That's
Yeah.
heated.
And cooled.
Yeah, heat is nice, cool. is
So...
awesome.
And
That'd be
they
like-
were like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. And I was like, thank fuck, please.
Yeah, any sort of a van,
Yeah.
preferably with a high lift,
Yes.
cargo area that way you can actually stand up and work in there would be
Yeah.
nice. Even just a
And then
3 or 4 foot workstation
Yeah.
just to do simple.
and then
stuff,
at that
would be
time
nice.
I would just I would put my workbench on the door side,
Yeah, so you can.
Oh yeah.
on the sliding door side.
Yeah. Yep.
But then
Oh,
on
I
the
see what you mean.
whole other side I could do pack outs and
Cabinets of stuff.
yeah.
Stuff
my little plastic cabinets for all my little ICs and caps and
Yeah.
random little electrical bits and bobs and
literally
shit.
just
So
storage bins. Of
Yeah,
stuff that you
so I
will
can
need.
declutter my fucking office because it's a fucking
Yeah,
mess.
your office has become a storage cabinet.
Oh
for
yeah,
the stuff.
it's bad. Also, funny story. So when we upgraded YYS, it shipped from Ontario. That's where Nautel is based in Canada,
right.
but they have one facility here in the U.S. and that's Bangor, Maine.
Conveniently.
The minute that door rolled up on the transport shipper truck, proudly made in Bangor, Maine. I was like, God damn it! I could have went and seen it.
Could have went and picked it up.
Yeah, I said that to the Inrush guys because we were bullshitting about the Subaru that we bought, and I was like, I could have just fucking strapped the crate to the top of the Subaru and drove home.
You would have been miserable driving that.
It's
home.
only like 468 pounds
yeah,
plus the accessories
And
crate.
MPG would have been 8.
yeah, on the roof. Yeah, it would have been no good.
But
Plus, getting it up on the roof and off the roof would be really annoying.
Yes.
yeah, so
'Cause it'd be big, heavy. But
that's I think about all the updates I have, minus looking for Subaru parts.
yeah,
Which turns out, there's a salvage yard, junkyard, whatever the fuck, Three Sons in Peru.
Yeah.
That has a 03.
All 3.
well, that'll be nice because
There you go.
all those parts should be the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I had to look it up. So our body style is the second generation.
It's like
So they
from
made them
04,
from
ain't it?
2000 to 04.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It
anything in
just
that range should
Kind of
be-
sucks that it's not a U-pick place, so I can't go and snip the wires.
Dude,
where I need 'em.
I tried to walk through their yard just because I'm like
I just want
I
to see
might-
what they have.
I was like I might not. I don't need anything specifically right now. I went and talked to the office lady. I'm like, I just want to walk through the yard to see what you have in case one of my
I need
buddies'
something.
trucks
Yeah.
is broken, or I need something, or I
It's
know
like a mental
and
inventory.
they were like, well, no, you can just call us and we will tell you what we have. I'm like, no. But like, again, what I'm trying to say is when I'm out working on something and my buddy's, axle and rear axle in his truck went bad, and it's from a 2004 Chevy 2500. I know exactly what axle it is, exactly the one he needs. And if I remember, it's either in Peru at Route 6 or the Three Sons place. I'll remember that. Like I try to somewhat remember the local junkyards, what inventory they have. That way, if I do need something oddball,
Yeah.
I can go there and pick it up.
You know where to find it mentally. You can be like,
Yes.
Like, I think this place has it. Let me call
Yeah.
and double check instead of calling everybody. Like, do you have this?
Like when
No.
Steve needed an engine for a Jeep Liberty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
I-
remember that.
I went to Peru and I knew that they had 2 of them there. So I went there like a week or 2 later for like a Subaru part, I think. Or no. Oh no, I went there for the for axle pieces from that Jeep Liberty, but I also put jumper cables on it, started it to make sure the engine was good. And I told Steve, I'm like, hey, they have an engine. Here's the price. Here's the miles. Like because I knew that it was there.
Yeah.
I was able to do all this.
Like I'm
information.
helping you do sales by you letting
by-
me just walk through.
Walk through and let
like
me
you can
keep
fucking
an eye
come
on
with
it.
me.
Yeah, and they do a decent job of it. They put it on Marketplace.
That's
Three
how I
Sons
found
does.
it.
Yeah, and like, so yeah, like when I wanted to walk through was probably 9 months ago. They were assholes about it. They're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go walk your fence line because you can't fucking stop me from doing that. And that's what I did. And you really can't see much, but
Yeah.
I at least tried.
I think
But, yeah.
that's where I got the 350. Was that where I got the 350 for the Blazer that I never put in?
No, that'd be Peru. They've only Three Sons only been there for a
You
little
bring it
while.
Peru Auto Salvage.
Yeah, Route 6.
No, that wasn't Peru Auto Salvage. Hold on, let me look at maps.
Because they would not have been around that long.
Well, it
Three
was
Sons-
whoever was there before.
Three Sons is past.
It's right by American Nickeloid.
Yeah, past Illinois Valley.
Yeah, it must have been the previous business that was there then.
Yeah, I don't think they've been there that long, or they changed names or something. Yeah.
Could be that too.
Oh no, I was looking at Juan's Auto Body.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's different.
Remember they had
They
had
usually have some
weird
shit,
shit
yeah.
back in there.
Yeah. Probably stuff they would just like pull doors and stuff off of if they're doing rust repair or
Yeah.
Well,
accident repair
I
or
think
something.
that truck, what happened with that is it had body work done or something done to it, and the guy never fucking paid him. So he was like, well, fuck you, mechanics lien, it's mine now.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I called Peru, the Route 6 one,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, no, we don't have any. I called Streeter. He's like, no, I don't have any. So
Oh, do you know car-part.com? It's
Have I
a
not told you about that?
it's a junkyard
it.
inventory
oh,
master website.
yeah.
If you search for your car and what part you need, you just click whatever part, say transmission,
What was it again?
car-part.com.
Yeah, it is literally one of my favorite websites to look for stuff on.
Yeah.
Because you can find
Because like not
But it'll give you every like whatever
Every option
Yeah,
for
like you can
everything.
do pieces of the transmission, just the output
shit.
shaft, or drive shaft, simple little things, or like whole engines. That's how I found the F-150 engine.
yeah.
and it's not that I'm against going to a specific place. It's just if I'm gonna go to a junkyard to get parts, I would rather pull it out myself.
I wouldn't fucking
It
let them
depends.
pull it.
It's
Fuck
place
that.
to place.
Well, but here's where it depends.
Mhm.
So like for the horns,
Yeah.
I need the connector for it.
Then tell them you need the connector too.
Would they do that?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
what
Yeah,
you
say
pull-
unplug it. Do not cut the wires. I need.
Well,
the
I need
connector.
I
Say,
need
cut
Oh,
it.
the
you need
connector.
their end.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the harness end.
You should-
So you need to cut before
You
the
tell them
connector.
cut it and give me 6 inches after this point.
You could just do a generic 2-post connector.
Yeah,
and-
you
and
could
do it
use-
yourself.
I could, but I'd rather.
I know.
just
but
for
if you're gonna wire in
mine's
one side
sake.
of it, you might as well just wire in both sides of it.
Well,
and it's your
apparently it
own
was a
connector
two-tone.
then.
It was a two-tone horn.
Almost every horn is.
Yeah.
is
yeah.
a two-tone.
So it's.
and you could get a generic one off the internet. It doesn't
I
have to be a
could,
Subaru
I
brand.
could, but I could spend $10 at a junkyard or spend $30 for one piece of it online.
yeah, ideally you can just. But yeah, you just tell them how much you like.
Yeah.
If you need an axle, you're like, hey, don't cut the drive shaft. I need that too.
Yeah.
Then they can pull.
Okay, maybe I'll call them tomorrow and.
Yeah, if you just ask them, the worst they can say is
Yeah,
no.
they take the parts off themselves. Pru Auto Salvage is you pick.
Yeah.
Streeter for the most part is they pull
they
for
pull.
you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's
mo-
right because
most
he has
places are.
posted inventory.
Yeah,
Yes.
most places are. LKQs are all you pick. I mean, actually, sometimes it's half and half. Actually, Peru, you can tell them to pull it for you, but it depends how busy they are.
Fuck is LKQ?
It's another just.
It's
a big
generic countrywide
Oh, gotcha.
junkyard
brand. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But there's probably 5 of them in Chicagoland area.
Yeah, usually if it's something big like an axle or something,
Yeah.
most places they'll pull it for you because they don't want the liability.
Oh
of
well,
you-
fuck.
Yeah.
Axle, go right ahead.
Of you
Little
lifting stuff
electrical,
up,
like,
yeah.
hey, pull the dasher
Well,
part
yeah.
nicely because I may want that
Yeah.
too. 'cause
Oh,
I need
like when
this
I had
one
'em-
electrical piece.
When I had them pull
your engine.
the rear knuckles for the Subaru,
Mm-hmm.
they fucking torched everything. They torched
Oh, yeah.
not the knuckle. They just torched all the A arms and the axle or the CV
all
shaft,
the links that connect
all the
it.
brake lines. They
Mm-hmm.
just anything they can torch and make it fast, done.
Man,
Because
come
as long as you get the knuckle, that's all you asked for.
Yeah, but like at the same time, at least in my mind, like
Well, up
you're
here's a
kind
little
of
different.
wasting
Up here's a little
money.
different, though,
Like
because
a
if you're gonna
brake
spend-
line, sure, cut the fucker. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not going to save money trying to unbolt an AR
Yeah.
that's been rusted on there for 20 years.
Okay, well, if it's that bad, then fine. If it's
but
But
decent,
it's Illinois. 90% of the shit.
That's the thing. It's
Okay.
a
not-
97 Subaru is the bolts are not going to come out.
It's not worth
Which
their
actually-
time to try to get them out.
I
the
looked
right
up
way.
or I saw a couple people. Well, I searched the Facebook group on ABS or disc brake swaps, and I saw a bunch of people bitching about snapping. There's a one long bolt that goes down to the A-arm because the A-arm attaches to 2 places on the bottom of the knuckle.
Okay.
So there's one probably 10, 12-inch bolt. Everybody is prone to snap.
I believe that.
So the fact that the junkyard didn't waste time waiting, just breaking that off inside of it, and then I would have to drill it out myself or beat it out something. It's just
It saves so much time.
maybe
for
I'll
them.
call tomorrow and be like, "Hey, I need this and this. I need all the electricals for this,
Yeah.
plus the pump, plus the reservoir, and then I need the horn, plus six."
Do you have the electrical connector for the pump, or do they cut
No,
the wires?
they
for
No,
that?
Yeah.
they just cut it. So I need to plug.
You're gonna
for
have to
that, too.
explain that to them. Be like, they cut the harness side. I need the harness side.
What I'll
plug.
probably I'll call and just be like, if I don't know, if you don't understand, I can show you.
I mean, they'll probably have a pretty good
They-
idea.
they
what you
should.
mean.
Yeah, if you show up there and say, hey, like, come here and look at this.
Yeah, I need this
Yeah.
and this.
Well, because like I said, like when I went there, it was the one lady behind the desk, and then there was the one dude out in the back taking
Yeah.
the parts off the vehicles. And so you most likely will not get it that same day, or like
well, that's fine.
unless you get it in the morning and then you come late at night.
No, I'll probably
or,
stop
later in the
because
day.
I'm almost out of hours for this week, so I'm gonna take off early because I want to hit the DMV first,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll hop over there. I don't know. Do you think? See, and this is the other thing because like they posted it on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
of the outside, so like I don't know what the fucking inside looks like.
And you won't get
What do
to
you need
know
on the
'cause you can't
inside?
walk through it.
I want there's 3 switches. One's for the fog lights, one's for the rear defrost, and then there's a blank.
Mm-hmm.
I want that switch for the blank so I could eventually wire up accessory lights.
Hook it to anything else
Yeah.
and have a factory fit switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might be able. You most likely will be able to find that online.
I did.
Yeah,
but
but if they have it there, he'll just get it from them
Yeah.
while he's already getting.
I could
other
spend
stuff.
$2 instead of 20.
You can maybe look it up online and figure out what the limited trim model of the Outbacks all come with extra switches like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the LL Beans came with that because I think that was for the seat heaters.
Yeah.
Probably something weird.
Yeah,
No,
you'll have to
it's where
find-
the coin where our coin change thing is. That's where the heated seat buttons
Oh
are.
fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the other thing I've been looking at. Like, can I find one with decent seats with heated seats? Because you know how bitchin' heated seats would be.
That's probably
But
a lot more work.
you-
than
That
it
is
Is it
probably
really
a lot
You would
more
need the
work.
harness. You would
Exactly.
need
That's the
extra
point. is-
grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably a controller.
I don't know.
box that
I
goes with them.
was so fucking bored. I sat on Rock Auto and I
Look
just
at all the
Googled
stuff.
shit for like 3 hours today at
Yeah.
work. And then I was like, oh, it's noon. I should probably get up and do something before I spend the next 3 hours in my head. And it's 20 minutes sitting here on my laptop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got so bored today. I tried to remote play Starfield on my new work laptop.
I don't think that would work. You could probably just play it on that laptop.
I could, but here's the thing. My computer. So, is it? You guys don't keep your shit on like I do.
Mine's on. Well, mine's yes and no. Mine will be on for about 3-4 days at a time. Then I'll leave it off for 3-4 days.
Okay.
Just
So I've been having this weird thing where like, because I leave my PC on basically constantly, unless I'm leaving out of town. That's the only time I shut it off.
right.
Same with my NAS, which is why my drives are failing.
Well,
Sometime at night, it like either logs itself out or it shuts down and turns back on because I get email notifications when it power cycles.
okay.
And I'm like, it's on a fucking backup battery. It would have woken me up if it did because I'm trained to that sound.
Mhm.
And two, it's right underneath us.
It's Windows because my boss,
I'm pretty sure it's. I think I got to go in there and like change the inactivity time.
our
or
work
something.
computer here always stays on every day. We never turn it off. And there'll be some days I'll come in and it will have restarted overnight for no reason.
Yeah.
It's like I have it all disabled. Windows updates are disabled. Like it should never do that, and it still does it sometimes. It's just a weird Windows thing of like, nope, we've been active for fucking 300 hours in a row. Like restart it. Like, yeah, but we have stuff open and it closes all that every time.
Yeah.
It's like normally it's not a big deal, but it's
Still.
and every once in a while that computer's funny. Every once in a while, if it restarts, it will lose the boot drive. It can't find it.
Quirky.
It'll just boot into BIOS and get stuck there until you hard cycle or hard power it. Like
And then it'll be like, oh, here it is.
like if you unplug it, plug it back in, it'll always boot into Windows, never a question. But every once in a while, you can go into the BIOS and it just doesn't exist. It's very strange.
Weird.
It's probably a drive thing. I probably should have replaced it the day we got it. But
It's probably like a drive controller
yeah, probably. But
or a memory control module.
something. It's probably something with the BIOS battery and stuff. But it's
Fuck them.
I just unplug it, plug it back in. It's good to go.
Right.
It's a weird thing.
So, yeah, I just need to. I'm gonna test I got a new radiator cap.
Mm-hmm.
Nick put that on for me. I'm going to basically get on the highway right out of town
And just abuse it.
and just hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it overheats, it's getting a new thermostat.
Right.
Because that's, other than the water pump, that's the only other thing that
You got to pull the timing.
I know.
To the thermostat or the water pump?
Both.
The water
Really?
pump. No, not the thermostat.
Thermostat should be at
Yeah.
the top of the engine.
No, thermostat's down below
Wow, that's
on your
gay.
driver's side.
That's super gay.
But I looked it up. It's outside of the timing cover.
It's near
upside
it.
down.
Yeah, but it's driven by the timing belt, so you have to take the belt off.
The thermostat isn't.
Thermostat.
The
isn't.
water
the
pump
water
is.
pump is.
Yeah, the thermostat should be separate. Because that would be
Oh,
insane.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
thinking
you're
of the
fine.
I'm thinking of the gasket that I replaced is why I had to take my
Yeah.
whole
The
water,
water pump
off.
gasket.
Yeah, my thermostat was okay. Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
Gotcha. No, you're
Yeah.
good. So that'll be the next thing. I'm hoping that it is fixed.
It could be a pressure thing with the cap, and it could also not be.
Well, because here's the two things that are going to happen if it overheats next.
Mhm.
The thermostat's getting replaced. I'm going to boil out the fucking radiator and pressure refill it.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I'll 3D print the adapter for a funnel so it's high up and I can actually sit
Let
there
it-
and squeeze the
let it put
hoses
pressure through everything.
to fully build.
Yeah.
Because I think if it's not the thermostat, that's the issue. There's a bubble trapped somewhere and it's hitting the temp sensor and going, "Oh, I'm hot."
and even then, it shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
but
it
could be.
shouldn't, but I'm not going to go, okay, well, here's $300 in brakes. Here's another $1,000 in struts. Here's, what the fuck were you telling me it was broke to?
Sway bar link.
bar
Yeah,
link.
sway bar link.
$20.
It is,
No, I know,
but
I
I'm
know.
not going to spend that money when it's constantly overheating because if it keeps doing it, it's going to warp the fucking heads.
Yes, and Subarus are known for blowing head
Yeah.
gaskets.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah. Well, before you touch the motor, I would do a compression check to see if your head gasket is either leaking.
But I don't have the shit
No. Try to figure out your heating issue.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can't,
Yeah.
then
yeah.
then check your.
The fact that it's not burning oil or coolant or
Yes.
mixing them is a really
Yes.
good sign.
Yes.
I wouldn't be like worried about it, but
Right now, I just put the radiator cap on. That doesn't fix it. It's getting a thermostat and
And
a full coolant change.
which it could probably use anyway.
It could probably use that too, because there's a little bit of schmegma in the
Yeah, you just-
reservoir, but whatever. If that does not fucking fix it, it's definite. Before I put a water pump on, it's getting a fucking pressure test.
Yeah.
I'll take it to the place in Granville my dad helps out at and be like,
take it to ACC. Have those kids work on it.
I'm not trusting a bunch of dipshit 18-year-olds to fix my shit box.
Hey, they're 17.
What? I don't
18.
give a fuck. I'm not trusting
There's
them.
a teacher. You know, it'd be fine.
No. I would trust a shit-faced drunk.
But one of them costs money, and one of them costs free labor.
They've done shit to the Explorer, and it was fine.
That's a very labor-intensive thing, is to diagnose why it's trying to overheat. And they don't charge labor; they only charge parts.
How would I even do that? I just drive up to the school and be like, "Hey,
You call 'em.
kids,
You
you
call
want to
'em.
fix my shitbox
call 'em.
Subaru?"
Pretty much.
Call 'em.
Yeah, you call them. You say, "Hey, I have a car that you guys want to work on." Would it being a random thing like that, it's a good learning opportunity. So you might be
Yeah.
pushed ahead of other brakes and
Yeah.
they do brakes every fucking day there. But
Or they'd be
since-
like, "That sounds terrible. We don't want to do it."
yeah, that too.
And then you know.
Yeah, it mostly depends on the teacher.
I don't know.
But
I
if I was that teacher, I'd say, "Oh, a compression test would be great to teach all the kids
Yeah.
what to do, and then a leak down test."
And the kids will love that thing.
Yeah.
Especially with logs on the roof still.
Yeah.
They did a fuel pump on the Explorer.
See?
It was fine.
It was fine.
They didn't
Man,
tell
I
you
tell
the
you
frame was
what.
broken in half. Wow.
No, this was when
Damn
I still had
kids.
it in high school, so the frame was fine.
Well,
Man, I tell you what. When I had the Blazer, I could drop that gas tank. It was a 15-gallon gas tank full.
Yours was only 15.
Yes.
Yeah,
I could drop that
small.
15-gallon gas tank by myself and pull the fucking fuel pump off in 15 to 20 minutes.
you know what you couldn't do? Change to a new tank. Instead, you kept patching that
no,
shitty
no,
one.
I eventually did.
I know, but you
But
patched that one
still.
like 3 times.
Yeah, it
So
was
I bet I
bad.
dropped the fucking Cherokee's gas tank.
You got to be
10
yeah,
times
10,
at
12
least.
times at least.
Considering the fact that I knew when we went down to Missouri, Trevor down there was I brought him my old tank because I switched to a fuel cell, and he's like, and I was like, oh, like make sure you get new bolts. I'll bring mine just in case. Like
Yeah,
this,
I'll bring
that,
straps.
this, that.
Like just
Yeah, I was like, I know what we need to do, and he's like, he luckily he drove it enough to drain down the tank to almost zero, but I was like, oh no, like I know what to do.
yeah,
like
been there, done that. We got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knocked that out pretty quick.
yeah, so it took more time doing the fucking putting his shock back on.
Yeah, he's shocked it was falling off. He's like, oh, I
Yeah.
thought it rode kind of weird like that.
Yep.
Do we want to talk about our little heat in the comment section? Because I have text messages. As
I wasn't.
well for
I was gonna say,
all
I
of
wasn't
you.
planning on it, but if you,
I mean, it apparently
Hey, it's
apparently caused the war.
it's your funeral, buddy. I have no skin in this game.
So
Yeah.
oh god,
Joanne listens to our podcast. Hello,
Hi.
and
not after last episode.
not after
Look
last
on
one.
us.
I'm gonna tell her to specifically listen to this one, and so does
Tori.
Jill. No, fucking Tori don't listen to this shit.
Tori and Caitlin did.
Tori
That's
doesn't-
that's how I knew about this, because when Caitlin texted me saying this episode caused the war, I'm like, what do you mean?
probably-
Oh,
Joanne
probably
told them
because
about
Joanne
Because
told
of
her.
this, and I'm like, I don't remember.
But so
this being discussed.
Joanne and Jill, who work at American Nickeloid, apparently listen to us while they're doing their thing.
Unfortunate for them.
And so I have 4 text messages
You've got the receipt.
from Joanne, or
from Joanne,
okay,
and she goes, "Thanks for the shout out on the podcast about the ice maker. Of course, I fucking love ice,
Oh,
man.
ice is-
yeah,
Iced
ice is good.
drinks are awesome."
Correct.
And then she goes, "Boo!" Well, okay, she says this in all caps. She goes, "Boo! Brian on Illinois has ugly women."
Am I
And boo
wrong?
to you guys for not defending at least Tori and Caitlin.
Sorry, the
I don't
single
remember
women.
this.
All the
The
single,
Single
women.
Illinois. Yeah, I think it was like it was definitely a me and Brian moment because
Yeah.
we talked
Yeah,
about it on
we
the
will
trip.
clarify.
We talked about it for like a second
Yeah.
in the last podcast, and it was literally just like, yeah, every time me and Brian kind of looked at each other like, damn, these women outside of Illinois are great. The single ones.
All of the
Outside of
single
Illinois.
women,
Wait, what about the girl from Applebee's?
she was mid.
Yeah.
She was below mid.
I don't know.
You guys are
about
just getting hyped up because you're
Yeah.
all horned up.
that. Yeah.
She was
Well,
mid.
that was day. That was
One.
day
One.
one.
day one.
Yeah.
I was just trying to egg you guys on.
And she
I
was-
just slowly.
Hey, baby,
I
let me-
pick and choose where I
Let
vicariously
me
live
move
to
my
you.
suitcase and fucking
Where you put the
toolbox and
seats
we
down, baby.
Yeah, the seats are already down. We're good. Let me. Hey, baby, let me fold out this cot in my tent and we can really have a good night tonight. Fucking Applebee's.
And then,
yeah.
And then she goes, and Jill watched it and said the same thing. Oh, Brian, ... You are in trouble.
Go ahead, put me in trouble. See if I care. What are they gonna do? They already came to my party. I win. No, it's true. Illinois women that are single and don't have kids are fucking
Well-
whack. Like they're lame.
Correct.
They either have kids
Yeah.
Yeah.
that are like, oh, this is my sweet baby. I deserve the world. It's like, okay, that's cool, but
Named
I don't care.
Jackson and Braxton.
Bailey with 13 I's and E's and GH's in it. Or they're just like, they're land whales who are like, I deserve the best. And I'm like, I'm not going to give that to you. I am sorry. Like, I am not sacrificing my values for some lady. My morals are here and they're staying there. And I've proven that by being single for 6.
So I don't know.
1/2
I've
years.
dropped my morals a few times.
Yeah,
You guys just don't know about them.
No, we know about some of
Some-
them.
some.
We know about some of the worst ones, but
Yeah.
yeah, I refuse to drop my morals. I'm like, I will be single
I will
and happy.
die on this fucking hill.
There's a lot of hills I'll die on. I will hold that
Nah,
forever.
I don't blame you.
But yeah.
Well,
So
some,
yes,
some people are just fucked in the head.
I'm probably one
Really?
of them. Yeah,
Some?
fair.
No, not like that.
Not like that. No, but
But
no,
yeah.
I will stand my ground. Illinois women are mid to low. Other countries are
They're mid
just-
Western.
Midwest is okay though, but just not
It's not
this
great.
state. Whatever it is here, they either all
Yeah.
moved to like Chicago and then moved somewhere else afterwards.
Iowa State's a big one.
Iowa State, Ohio State, fucking Northwestern,
What the
like,
fuck
anywhere.
is in Iowa?
Iowa State. That's
corn and
it.
State.
soybeans.
Dude, I knew-
and
I
dairy
Besides
cattle.
Slipknot.
Literally,
the
there's
Ohio
probably
State.
there's probably a dozen girls that we went to high school with that I know of who are all smoke shows who went to Iowa State.
Yeah.
I don't. They just
And-
they wanted to get far enough away from home to like have a college experience,
Oh,
but,
it stayed away.
couldn't get
states.
farther than that. So they're like, well, fuck it, it's still drivable back home, so I can mooch off mom and dad.
And Iowa
And I
State
can-
or Ohio State is a fucking really good college.
I don't know many who went to Ohio, but I know, like I said, there's,
A lot of
I know
people go
probably
to
at least a
Iowa.
dozen who went to Iowa who are
yeah.
smoke shows.
Disclaimer: Tori and Caitlin are fucking great.
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yes.
Cool.
They're just
What
not
about me and
single.
Brian?
Yeah.
I'm just saying
I
because
mean, y'all are friends with them.
I got yelled.
Yeah,
But
they
they're
need
not
to have
friend
more
zone.
women friends.
Keyword is they're not single women without kids.
Correct.
'Cause those don't exist.
And their friends are all taken too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
You see the point we're making. You're on our side whether you believe it or not.
So
Yeah. How's
No, wait,
that?
Well, hang on. Now I'm trying to think if any of those two have single friends for you two.
They
Nope.
don't.
I don't.
I've begged
Nope.
them every
I
time
already
I've
went
seen
through the
them for the
list in my
past
head.
3 years. No.
Yeah. The only ones I'm
Her
interested
sister
There's one,
doesn't
but
count.
she's kind of a hoe.
Yeah.
Heidi.
Shout out Heidi.
I didn't want to say her last name for a reason, but yeah,
Jeez.
I was told that she's cool, and I know of her. I think I've met her a couple times.
Heidi
but,
is pretty fucking chill though.
But yeah, I've been told that she may be in her she may still be in her hoe phase, and I'm like,
Like
yeah, no
you
thanks.
aren't.
Yeah, fair enough, but
Was she from Menards?
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, her.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
just singling in on.
God
there's,
damn it.
there's no more passive.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I will stand my ground on that.
I was
fucking
told that I
chill,
could
though.
go after her, but
Yeah, she's
again,
cool.
Oh well.
I forgot we did sign
Andy,
with them at
you-
Princeton like
you
a
just-
long time ago.
You just ain't got the riz, man.
You're not wrong, but fuck. That's why I would like one of my buddies' girlfriends to help me, but that isn't possible
brother
when
and
they don't have
Caitlin
friends.
does look out.
Yeah, that's fair.
She does.
Tori doesn't.
Tori doesn't.
Probably
No,
not.
I can't blame
I
her.
understand.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I forgot who it is we thought of, but they are taken. But we both said like, oh, if she was single, her and Andy would be cute together.
Yeah.
Now I can't
So you
remember
could
who it was
fix
though,
that.
but
So you
It's
I'm
fine.
not gonna
Insider
sabotage
You're
our
saying there's a
relationship.
chance.
It'll be fine.
Look, it's called insider trading, okay? Just give a leg up on the competition doesn't mean it's not fair, all right? Yeah. We should end this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
Before it gets sad.
maybe
we're good
forever.
to
at
say, yeah.
this point. Holy
Next
fuck.
episode's a therapy episode.
Don't you say I'll dim the lights. when
How,
you
uh,
get sad
We'll
in
have
this
candles
bitch.
How-
going and shit.
How quickly do you think that we could get a licensed psychiatrist to walk out of here with
To walk out of here?
Yeah.
They're not going to my house.
we,
Fuck that.
brother,
They're
we
not-
can't get one.
They will not leave until I'm fixed. They're not coming here
Fixed.
until I'm institutionalized.
Let's just gaslight them.
I just wanted a
Let's
fucking
gaslight them.
Pepsi, Mom.
Let's gaslight them for the first hour and 15 minutes, and the last will just be cringe. as fuck.
Gaslighting's not real. You're just crazy.
I can see the
Yo,
title
I just
now.
put the cap back.
Episode 20, gaslighting the
Proud of you,
therapist.
Nick.
Thanks.
God,
I would watch that. Let's do it. I'm gonna. Okay, Google.
I can
search.
I can find a therapist, but I'm not paying for it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not paying for that.
No, it's
It's exposure.
yeah, exposure.
Yeah, fucking.
We're famous, don't you know?
Yeah, we have 400 views on one video. Look at it.
Damn, look at us.
Shit.
Hated
Speaking
you.
of that, how
Oh,
are
yeah.
we? How are we on our clips?
The last one did really good until
Yeah.
it stopped doing really good, and I'm
Well,
kind of pissed.
that's
Well, it had like 200 or something,
normally
didn't it?
how it does.
So
Is
look,
that the Kool-Aid story?
I'm not
No.
saying-
no, your
the
Kool-Aid story was
Cargo
fucking
shorts
bomb.
versus gym shorts.
This thing ran circles
I
around
have
that
no
one.
clue.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't
But
watched
you,
it.
you gotta put it on other platforms.
It is. Well,
It's not on Facebook.
Facebook and Instagram won't let you schedule posts.
Oh,
Where TikTok and YouTube will. So I was gonna put it up today after this, but
I was gonna say, yeah, because if you put it on Facebook, then I'll
Yeah.
share the fuck out of it.
yeah, it's at 226 views. Literally, the view graph is retarded. Like if you look at it, it's a
Hard R.
Like
perfect
Hard
straight
R.
line up and immediately stops getting
What the
views.
fuck?
In the first hour, it got 200 of those views and then cut
So
perfectly
that was in the
flat.
first hour.
It immediately skyrocketed straight up,
Holy shit!
and it had a decent average watch time, like 20 some seconds. But like,
Let's say it was what
Yeah.
a 40,
9 a.m.
50
to
second-
9:43. We went from 7 views to 209.
perfect straight line.
Now that was October 3rd. October 4th at 6:30 a.m. we were at 223.
Yeah.
So the algorithm pushed it
Wow.
for
and then immediately gave
4
up.
hours and then gave up.
It's a perfect straight line.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Damn.
After 1 hour, it completely gives up. Which I guess if it's like, well, people aren't liking this as much as a normal.
Yeah.
Well,
like
they usually-
the
they
view
usually-
engagement
They
isn't
have to.
long
They
enough.
have to push it for the first hour to see
Yeah, I'll
if
say-
people like it.
Exactly. If you already had a fan base, say that would watch, like you had 100,000 people,
Right.
Yeah.
10,000 of them would watch it the minute you upload it.
Exactly.
Right.
So then you would get that, plus when they push it, you'd get another 5,000
Yeah.
of that.
It
And
put-
if it's good enough, it would continue to grow
Exactly.
like that.
Yes.
We don't have the following to
No.
continue
Yeah,
that.
it pushes it to a very small amount to see how they react to it.
Yeah,
And if they react really good, it'll keep going. But
Oh,
an average reaction, it just drops off.
That's kind of a decent segue. So I had mainly more QR codes to the YouTube channel
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
on the car.
Mhm.
We got one dude in Michigan. That was it the entire trip.
That was all we got. I
Yep.
don't think he subscribed either.
Nope.
I think he did
Shout out that guy.
Shout out that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He was probably like, "What the fuck is this poor ass fucking
Well,
production?"
We had one in Ashburn and then a few in
Yeah, we
Ottawa.
had 2 in Ottawa and 1 in Ashburn,
Yeah.
which we had 3 in Illinois
Yeah.
Since we've
when
been
was
home.
That? When did you drive the car
since
there?
we've been home.
The QR
To
codes are
Ottawa,
still
you
on.
mean?
They're still
Yeah,
on the car.
Still on the car.
When did you drive it to Ottawa?
Friday.
When we went to Cracker Barrel, all of us at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So
And
Yeah.
then it
Yeah.
was Sunday or Monday. It fell off the hatch when I went to Menards, so I didn't put it
R.I.P..
back up.
that's okay.
We all fell
I'm
off.
gonna
It's still in the car, but
I don't really.
I'm trying-
it's-
Dude, I don't think
it's-
I've ever
it's gonna
done a
get taken
random
down.
QR code.
They expire at the end of the month anyway.
Yeah,
so
because it's $35 a month to
Yeah,
keep that going. That's
very
fucking
nuts.
expensive.
very expensive.
All it is a fucking link.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just get it tattooed on your arm and show people and be like, look.
no.
It's still
No.
expired after a
Oh,
month.
that's true. I
well
forgot about
because
that.
I made
I
them.
was
I
thinking
could.
the Spotify
I could.
thing.
Oh, the Spotify ones. Yeah,
I
those
could
ones are
grab the
permanent, yeah.
UR or the ULR,
hope so, if you get a tattoo
URL. Jesus fuck.
You could self-host the back
and
end of it.
yeah, but I'm not fucking doing that shit.
no, fuck that.
We're not famous enough yet.
Definitely not. And the way these episodes go, we're not gonna be.
No, it's okay. It gives us again the whole reason why we
It's
do
a
this
matter of marketing.
is an excuse for us to get around each other for once a month and get shit faced
Once
and
a month.
bullshit.
Once a
or
week. That
once a
seems
week.
like-
sorry.
Yeah.
Once a week is too much.
Yeah.
Hey, we can do
Once a
another
month.
LAN at some point.
When I work
don't,
60
I don't want
hours a
to
week.
think about that right now.
Yeah, and we have nowhere to do it.
I'm
we
sorry.
can
I
still
forgot
do
I'm
it
the
at my
only one who's
house.
unemployed.
Yeah, you're like, damn. You
Maybe
guys, when are you guys free? Like
Sometime this
bored,
winter,
guys.
I'm planning on at least doing 2 this winter.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
it's such a pain to move my stuff now that all this is hooked
Yeah.
up to
Right,
it.
Well,
that's the thing. It's portability.
I'll run the laptop.
If we do it, I want to get a laptop like what Brian has right here
this thing's a banger.
because I fucking hate carrying my
It's
tower.
the-
and
yeah.
monitor.
I mean, it's logistics is a bitch. But like
Yes.
on the
And
other
we could just
hand,
do it. We could just do it wireless.
remotely.
We don't have to be in the same room.
No.
but
Right.
yeah, it's
I
different.
mean, we can start doing like Xbox 360s or something.
I'm not
That's
paying for
gold
gold. I'm not
mine.
paying for gold. That's so gay.
It's fucking $7 for a month.
And I'm not
I'm-
paying for it.
I'm not going to haul my poor, broken down, beaten to shit, tired ass Xbox.
Well, you're never gonna move your
360.
fucking PC. So what other options we got?
I
Wanna
could
bring a
move
Wii?
my PC.
yeah, there's no
I
else
would
to take
do
it
it.
yet.
I would do
Eventually-
it to make up for the fact that you guys have moved to my house 7 fucking times.
Something like that.
7
yeah.
or 8.
Or 5 or 6. 6.
Eventually, I will have it set up here. It's just a lot of time.
Are you thinking of the loft area?
No, it'd get way too hot up
Oh
there.
God,
It'd
we
be boiling.
fucking
Good point.
roast.
4 dudes, a bunch of
Poor
electronics.
dudes chilling in the loft, playing LAN games until they're
It's
fucking
like,
burnt to shit.
if it wasn't for the board, we could almost do it in here.
Yeah.
For the
Put our
what?
stuff on the board because Marcus can't put anything there. But
Oh yeah, I know. I was thinking. we
Well,
could-
no.
here,
I'll
but-
repurpose. The
I
living
set up
room.
in your spot, Nick sets up in his, Andy sets up in his, and you set up
And
in
I'm
there.
all by myself. In the
Yeah,
All
living room.
by
We'll put-
myself.
I can
Put the
Yeah.
camera in there so we can see you, so it's like you're in here.
We'll put one camera in each. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
No, realistically, I'll set the living room up for it because there's plenty of room in
Well,
there.
and
to
what
spread
would
around.
That'd
be
be
nice
perfect, yeah.
is eventually
Or we could
we
use
would
the whole ass shop that's here.
we
downstairs.
set it up to
Yeah.
where we would have webcams for each person and set it up. Remember how Achievement Hunter would do their videos?
Mhm.
We
Yes.
would set it up like
Yeah,
that.
you would have
RIP
a
Achievement Hunters.
basically a stream
Oh,
runner. that's
yeah, I
switching all the
fucking saw
input.
they
Yeah,
finally stopped.
Yeah.
about time.
Which, yeah.
Next is Rooster Teeth.
R.I.P.
Well, I mean, hey, they got into some shit.
They-
What was that, a year or two ago?
about that. Yeah,
It's
about a
like
year.
every year they get caught for doing something fucking stupid.
They do a lot of dumb
Yes.
shit.
They're barely hanging out.
It's almost like a bunch
Just
of kids
like
made a bunch of
us.
money a while ago, and no one ever had any good plans after that.
Yeah.
They're just kind of
I
figuring
mean,
it out
hey,
as they
man,
go.
red versus blue is still fucking goated.
And that's why Rooster Teeth exists.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how they're
They
still
would have
loved.
died without that years
Oh,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's
Fun.
enough for today.
It's a good,
Good
episode.
hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.